Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. My commentary is my opinion and for entertainment purposes only. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I was on TikTok and I came across this video of Peach. I think it was earlier this summer. It may have been back in the day, but for some reason all of her stuff keeps coming across my For You page when I go on TikTok now. So I just happened to look at it and she was saying some disgusting things. And by now no one should be surprised at the things that come out of this young lady's mouth. But for her to have 9 kids and to allow this to come out of her mouth, it just shows the extent of ignorance and the ignorant time that this girl is always on. It's always some BS with her and her mentality. In this video, she was responding to a question that was asked in her comments.
Why was other children not a part of your family? Because I don't give a fuck about nobody sharing but mine. How about that? Screen record that. I don't give a fuck about nobody kids but mine. If I didn't push them out, fuck them.
Yo, this is so ignorant on so many levels. Because this man had one daughter, I know, before he met you. That's been proven. You say he was not the dad. He had a conversation with the daughter, and he did not say that he was not her dad. So all that's out the window. We know that he has one. It's alleged that he had a couple more since he's been with Peach. And for Peach to say something that ignorant, and she's the mother of 9 children, she's not thinking, because life is not promised to any of us. You have 9 babies. If something happens to you in the wood, what if somebody took that same mindset when it came to your kids? You've distanced everybody that love you from you. You don't deal with your mother. You don't deal with none of your family. It's just you, Wood, and them kids. And you putting those kids in a situation to, if something happened to both you and Wood, they're probably going to end up in the system. Now, your mother might get them. She might not. They may be split up. You're not a very likable person. And I can only imagine what your kids are going to go through, or what they go through on a daily basis because of who you are and how ignorant you are on the internet. You care about your kids. You give a fuck about your kids, let you tell it. But yet you on this internet acting like a fool. But you got your children in a school out of their zone where they don't belong. And all for what? To try to be something that you're not? You got these kids over in this proper school, but you a hood rat. You act ignorant. You get on this internet and act ignorant. You go to that school and act ignorant. But you give a F about them. You don't care about nobody but Peach. You don't care about those kids. Because if you cared about your children, you would change the way you behave on this internet. No parent will want their child dealing with your children outside of school. No sleepovers. No any of that. Because of how ignorant the mother is, how hood rat the mother is. See, I saw a video where you were saying something about suburbs, that your children are not in the hood, they're in the suburbs. Well, what's the purpose of being in the suburbs acting like a hood rat? You're trying to fit in places you don't belong. And you have your children in that, but you don't care enough about them to change your behavior on the internet. You put the love of money before decency. You put the love of money before morals. You put the love of money before values. If you love your children so much and you give a fuck about your children, get some therapy. Because that inner household activity that you like to do, just me, Wood, and my kids, what's going to happen if something happens to you and Wood? Are you thinking about their future? Because life is not promised to you tomorrow. And you're not allowing them around other family members, their other siblings, their cousins, their aunts, their uncles, their grandmothers. That's not healthy. You raising a bunch of kids in an unhealthy environment because you got them thinking it's just them, you, and Wood. And they should get to know their extended family. Because like I said, you and Wood may not be here always. And then you're going to have those children being raised in that bubble, not knowing how to act around people outside the bubble. Right now, you're only teaching them how to be hateful, vindictive, and ignorant. But you give a fuck about them. You're selfish. You're selfish as hell. And something is going to bring you off that pedestal that you put yourself on. Because, Pete, you're not all that. You're just an ignorant buffoon that gets on the internet and clown and make a lot of money. And I don't know if you read the Bible or not, but the Bible does say that a fool and his money will soon part ways. So when you part ways with your money, what are you going to have to fall back on? What are your children going to have? Your 9 kids and your husband going to have? So you need to bring yourself back down a notch or two and stop acting like you think you're better than everybody and stop talking about people's children on here. And you also need to stop with this man's kids. You don't have to have nothing to do with them, but the way you express that, you didn't even have to comment on that one. But you commented on it because you like controversy. You do anything for clickbait. If you accept that man, you don't have to accept his children, but you don't have to get on the internet and highlight and gloat the fact that you don't like them. Since you give so many fucks about your own, and you're supposed to, you need to get therapy. That's the best thing that you can do for your children, because I know those babies got to be living in an unhealthy, toxic environment. And that's not good for anybody's mental. You're going to have 9 jacked up in the head, messed up little peaches running around here because that's all they see. And they're going to think that behavior is normal. And there's nothing normal about it. And the older they get, and when they're in school and their friends find out who their mother is, they're going to realize that's not normal. When their friends start laughing at them because their mother get on the internet and act like a fool, because their mother is so ghetto, because their mother is so ratchet, they're going to resent you. They're going to resent you wholeheartedly. Just like you resent your mom because of stuff you say that she did to you, they're going to resent you for the way you are and the whispers and shame that comes upon them because of their mother. So if you care or give fucks about your own, change your ways so that the older they get, they won't be embarrassed by your actions or they won't be ridiculed by how their mother acts on social media. Well, that's all I have, guys. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you like my content, you can buy me a coffee or a super thanks. The link's in the description. Feel free to leave a comment, but if the comments are disrespectful, they will be removed and you will be hidden from the channel. And also, if you made it to the end of my video, hype me up to keep me in the algorithm.